Hello and welcome to my Norty's Forgotten Flicks-a-thon. Well, in order to appease that part of my brain that's telling me to be nicer after I just spent 2 videos basically calling people out for their bigotry, I'm going to do 2 full months of Norty's Forgotten Flicks. Every Tuesday and Thursday from now until the end of May, you're going to be getting a Norty's Forgotten Flicks on a movie from 2012 to 2018. Well, okay, starting next week we will. First up, we're going to be looking at a TV series that only lasted for a season, and that is Harper's Island.
One by one.
Harper's Island was a 13-episode miniseries that aired from April 9th to July 11th, 2009 on CBS. Produced, and in the case of the first episode, directed by John Turteltaub, the same guy who gave us Cool Runnings in the National Treasure movies. I would tell you the plot, but I don't have to, as the main character Abby Mills explains it to us at the beginning of each episode.
My name is Abby Mills, and I've come home to Harper's Island. My best friend is getting married to the girl of his dreams. But not everything about this trip is a celebration. 7 years ago, I left this place after John Wakefield murdered 6 people. My mother was one of them. Everyone else has moved on. Believes the killings are in the past. But I can't help feel there's more to come.
So yes, this is a 13-episode murder mystery. There are 25 suspects, and with each episode, at least one person will die. I love this idea, and I'm wondering why it hasn't been done since. Of course, there have been whodunit stories in movies and TV shows before, but to have that be the basis for an entire series of television, it's just a genius idea, and thankfully, this does live up to the idea. For the most part. I'll tell you right now, not everyone is going to be satisfied with the ending. Personally, I liked it, but some may find it disappointing. I watched when it first aired back in 2009 because I got hooked on the web series tie-in Harper's Globe, which was created by Equal, the same company that created Lonely Girl 15. You know, that show that started out as a girl just talking to the camera, was revealed to be a hoax, and then went on to have stuff like cults and human sacrifice. But yeah, I saw the show when it first aired and I really liked it. One of the things that made it stand out is the setting. It's on a secluded island near Seattle, and the island is beautiful, which is a nice contrast to the gruesome murders that happen there. And yeah, for a network show, it does have some pretty harsh death scenes. And they also have a lot of variety. It's not all just shootings and stabbings. Some of them even feel like jigsaw traps, and sadly I can't show you most of them because of spoilers. Well, I mean, I guess I could show you the first one since all the trailers did. See? Objectively, there is no reason to kill someone like that. It's way too complicated, but it's awesome. The show does have sort of a sense of humor and knows it has a lot of cliches. Every character is basically a stereotype. They even mention it on the posters. There's the good girl, the outcast, the hustler, the nerd, but I really did grow to like most of them. They can be pretty funny, they have good chemistry, most of them get their own story arcs, and it does have a likable cast.
They were at each other all night.
Well, he was pissed at her?
No, Urkel. Going at it like howler monkeys. I'm amazed anybody in the hotel got any sleep.
It hurt him too. What's a boozle-wazzle?
Just a bit of trivia, none of the cast was told who the killer is, and very few of them knew if they would die until a few days before they shot that particular episode. That's pretty smart. If the actors don't know, then neither would we. It's mostly a bunch of character actors you've probably seen in something. Like some guy from Sleepy Hollow plays the best man Sully, Phil from the recent Series of Unfortunate Events series plays Malcolm, and Granny from Once Upon a Time plays the wedding planner. The first 5 episodes play more like a dramatic comedy, but there is a feeling of dread. Like you can tell something is wrong, you know, outside of the murders. And everyone just seems a bit on edge even before they realize there's a killer on the loose. And what I like is that it starts out looking beautiful, very bright, very colorful, but as we go on, the lighting gets darker and the colors get more muted. And what really makes it work is the mystery. I genuinely wanted to find out who did it, and what was gonna happen next week. Because even though they have their suspects, it really could be anyone. Is it the stepfather who disapproves of his daughter's marriage? Hunter, the bride's ex-boyfriend, out of jealousy? The groom's mentally unstable brother JD? One of the groomsmen? The bride and groom themselves? Well, you have to watch and find out. So instead of going over my favorite scenes, since, well, it's a TV show, we'll instead go over my favorite character's storyline. And for me, that is the one between Chloe and Cal. Chloe is the bride's best friend and Cal is her British boyfriend who knows no one at the wedding. And these two are absolutely adorable. I just love watching them. Cal is a bit of a dork, but he's not a wimp. He's actually pretty brave. And Chloe, who you may think is just some dumb rich girl, actually is kind of a badass. And they both love each other and help each other. After Sully leaves Cal in a trap for hours because he's a dick, Chloe helps him get back at him.
So I gotta ask, this English guy? You know, he seems decent enough. But really, what's he got that I don't got?
A pillow. Well played, my love.
You are dead!
And one thing I really appreciate is that in the first episode they have a bit of a fight leading to Chloe tossing Cal's pants in the water, which also has an engagement ring that gets lost. But unlike most shows that would drag out them fighting, by the next episode, they're totally on good terms again. Thank you for not dragging that out. I so did not want to see this go on for most of the series. Are there problems? Of course, it does have a few fake jump scares, although not much. There are a few scenes early on that feel like they're trying to say that something supernatural is happening. Spoiler alert, it's not. There is nothing supernatural at all about this.
People were killed on this island.
Who told you that?
My new friend told me.
And there is one absolutely ridiculously dumb character moment where one of them leaves the safe spot thinking the killer won't hurt them despite killing over a dozen people at this point. Most of the time the characters are pretty smart, but that was freaking dumb, and it's definitely late 2000s. You can tell this is in the 2007 to 2009 period, but I think that gives it a bit of charm. I wouldn't mind if they did something else like this in modern day, but I think this still holds up. It's suspenseful, has a likable cast of characters, interesting story arcs, a good mystery, and some awesome death scenes. The series started out strong in the ratings, but quickly dipped over time, and I don't hear anyone talk about it anymore. I say give it a watch any way you can, either on DVD or Amazon, and at the time I'm recording this, it's also available for free on CW Seed. Well, next time we'll be going into the flicks in this Norty's Forgotten Flicks-a-thon. We've got 15 movies to get through, and we'll be going through them one by one.
Stripper. Don't get too excited. She's a local girl. We'll be lucky if she has more teeth than fingers.